Welcome to MuleTown Speed. I'm Brian and you're watching an engine showcase video. This engine is for sale and we make a video like this for every engine that we sell so that you can get an in-depth look at your engine and watch it run before you buy it. Although we don't rebuild or remanufacture engines, our process of cleaning, inspecting, testing, and fixing if necessary gives you the confidence that your used engine is going to run great in your project. It'll also protect you from spending big bucks on a crate motor or risking your time and treasure on a junkyard mystery motor. This is engine 348003. This is a Gen 3 4.8 liter LS, so this would be like an LR4 RPO code. This is out of like a 2004 Chevy Express van and has 175,000 miles when it came to us. This is, I think, one of the last applications where they used a drive-by cable setup on these LS engines. This particular engine, as part of our process, got a new wiring harness, not a new wiring harness, but a wiring harness off of like a Silverado or a Tahoe Suburban. It's the more common factory wiring harness, and it makes it a whole lot easier to swap in. The van harness is a little bit wonky as far as the connectors and stuff are different. The fuse block is different, so there's not as much support and information out there on using those harnesses. This engine wiring harness is also set up for a non-electric automatic or a manual transmission, which basically means it does not have the plugs, the electrical plugs on it for a 4L60 or a 4L80. So this is probably best suited for someone that's going to run a Turbo 350, 700R4, Turbo 400, or one of the manual transmissions like a T56 or something like that. So this has a 411 PCM. It's got a drive-by cable, good harness that you'll see tested here in a minute. This is, since it's a truck or a van engine, it's an iron block, 862 heads, and since it's a Gen 3, it doesn't have the VVT or the AFM emissions equipment, so you don't have to worry about any of that. This one is being sold as a level 3 package, which means you get the wiring harness, the PCM, a fuse block, exhaust manifolds, ignition coils, front end accessories, all that kind of stuff. Basically a full package deal to get you going on your swap. This engine got a whole bunch of new parts, including an oil pump, head gaskets, LS7 lifters, water pump gaskets, exhaust manifold gaskets. It's got a new starter. It's got new front oxygen sensors, spark plugs, and then obviously oil and an oil filter. So it's got a bunch of new stuff on it. So 175,000 miles doesn't scare me at all. We did a bottom end inspection on it. We look at the bearings, the rod bearings and the main bearings, and those look great. And the cylinder bores looked awesome. It doesn't smoke or make any weird noises, which is pretty standard on these if they're well taken care of. And that's why we do our bottom end inspection. It makes great oil pressure. We're talking like 45 PSI hot. So it's really good oil pressure. So I wouldn't hesitate to put this engine in anything, especially with all the new parts that we've got put on it, and hit the road. We did also clean and test the injectors, and those all flowed within 5% of each other. And this one's ready to go to a new home. So let's get to testing this. And for more information on this engine, to get in contact with us, you can go to MuleTownSpeed.com. There's also a page there where you can see everything that is included in a level 3 engine package versus a level 2 or a 1. And at the end of this video, there's also all of our contact info, so you can get in touch with us that way. Let's get to testing. Let's go. All right, good afternoon. This is 348003. We're going to do a quick run on this to show you this thing running with all the new awesome parts that are in this one. This is a level 3, so it's going to come with the wiring harness, PCM, fuse block, front accessories except for the AC compressor, flex plate, ignition coils, starter, exhaust manifolds, all that kind of stuff. One thing to note here, this is a returnless style fuel rail, which means there's a single hookup for your feed, and then back at your fuel pump or whatever you need to have a fuel pressure regulator to regulate down to 60 PSI. So That's it's easy peasy, good, easy connection there. Another thing to note on this particular engine, it does not have plugs for a 4L60 or a 4L80. The wiring harness is set up for your front oxygen sensors only. Back ones have been removed, deleted. So this is great for a Turbo 400, Turbo 350, 700 R4, or pretty much any manual transmission on this one. So if you have questions on that, go to our website, MuleTownSpeed.com, or give me a call or text or whatever, and we can get you squared away. So I'm going to get this thing fired up. Been playing with this a little bit, so it's at 138 degrees, coolant temp. Air inlet temp is 102 because it's hot out. You'll notice oil pressure is -15. That's because we don't have it connected. We have our manual gauge here, which we'll be referring to throughout the test, so you can get an idea of that. Get this thing fired up here. Try that again. Let it stabilize here. Here we go. Doesn't have any transmission or anything on the back side of it, so it has to kind of think about it for a second. So we've got good map there, 700 RPM on the idle, and we'll slowly start to warm up here. You can see that's between 40 and 50 oil pressure, PSI on the oil pressure there. And here it's nice and quiet. No leaks, nothing on the ground. Kind of hard to see with all the shadows, but no leaks from the water pump. Brand new starter there. Nice and quiet, no lifter noise. There's brand new lifters on there. So warming up 145 degrees or so. You can see it's going into closed loop, which means your oxygen sensors are working. They are switching back and forth, and they are metering fuel. You can see it's trimming out some fuel there, which is what it's supposed to do. See, there's no smoke or anything funky coming from our exhaust. It sounds pretty good. That sounds awesome. Degrees. It's about 42 PSI, I think, on the oil pressure. This thing's sweet. Complete package, ready to go. Ready to go on a hot rod or Jeep or off-road toy, boat. Haven't done a boat yet. That'd be kind of cool. There's just no drama on this one. No weird noises, no drips. That's why I like to show you with everything attached as far as like what you're gonna get. So then you know the stuff you're gonna get is gonna work. So there's no question, did I get a bad part? Did I get a bad engine? A lot of times from the junkyard. Every single time I get something from the junkyard. I'm replacing parts. So that way you don't have to pull this back out of your vehicle to replace lifters or to replace an oil pump, or we do a bottom end inspection to make sure that our bearings are good. So if you're told by so-and-so on Facebook Marketplace that it's a great engine, and then you fire it up and it's got a spun rod bearing, you're not going to be too happy. So this way, you know that this is going to be a good engine. So, pretty straightforward. Great little 300 horsepower power plant here. Someone who wants it. All stock parts, but this is a great candidate for a cam and exhaust upgrades and a little bit of tuning, and you've got some serious power. Or leave it as it is and still have a ton of fun. That's what I would do. 190 degrees, we're pretty much warmed up. Heck yeah. Try and keep this one short, because really not a whole lot to show you besides the awesomeness that I already have. So I'm going to call it there. We're going to get this one pulled off the engine stand and get it ready to go. So if you want this one, let us know. Stop that. Stop that. We're going to get this one ready to roll. So I hope you liked what you saw there in the run video. If you're interested in this motor, our contact info is all on the right side of the screen here. Let us know the stock number of the engine that you're referring to when you call us, email us, whatever. That way we're all on the same page. We are located in Columbia, Tennessee, and that is about an hour south of Nashville, about an hour north of Huntsville. So for shipping, we can ship all over the country to a dock of your choice for a fee, and we can also deliver the engine to you for a fee just on our shop truck here and get you taken care of that way. Or you can come pick it up here in Middle Tennessee. It's all up to you what you want to do. And all of this info, as well as other engines that we have available and our new PCM programming services, is on our website, MuleTownSpeed.com. That's kind of our hub. So if you have questions, go there and hit us up and let us know if you want this one. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you.